Yes, sir. I love that, man. Everyone's waving as they drive by. Looks like they got a parade going. Mike, DJ Access, welcome back to the channel, everybody, where we are looking to make a better DJ community together. I am in Piketon, Ohio today. I couldn't even point to this place on a map, but we're here. Big shout out to Frankie Frank, who unfortunately couldn't do this event today, but called us up and said, hey, these people love to party, they need you. So I will go anywhere that people want to party. So we're here in Piketon today. I'm excited because I'm coming out of retirement. And some of you were thinking, Mike, didn't you DJ yesterday? Yes, I did, but this is a prom. Let's check it out. Now, some of you might be asking, Mike, why did you retire from proms? Well, it's been at least 10 years, but around that time, it was like probably 2015, 2016, so hip hop was like coming back in a big way. And I was in the middle of two parties. You had the students who wanted a ton of hip hop, arguably inappropriate music, but they knew every word. And you had the administrators who, you know, they were coming at it in EDM, the Pitbull era. So they were used to jump in, and not necessarily grind in, you know, suggestive lyrics, whatever. So I was in the middle. And you had the students like, yo, we want to hear this music. And the administrator saying you can't play that music. So I had had enough after, you know, 10 proms in a season of this. I had had enough, and I said, you know what, no more. But Frankie Frank gave me a call, said, hey, you got to talk to these people, talk to Danielle, talk to the student council. And these guys were awesome. I said, hey, here are the issues I've had with proms in the past. They said, yeah, we don't care about any of that. We just want to party, we want interactive, we want cool stuff, and we think you can deliver. And I said, I absolutely can. So we're here today, and we'll see if I can shake off the rust. Hopefully, you know, I'm not playing too much old music. I'm gonna sneak a little bit of old music in there, but I wanna keep it fresh and make sure these guys have the best time possible. I've already seen the room, but I wanna give you all the same reaction that I did. Very nice, we like it. Looks like we got a little beach theme going. Now, it used to be when I did proms that if you saw a ton of decorations, I used to get a little jealous, or maybe a little mad, just a little mad, because back in the day, you'd tell them, like, they want to do all this stuff, and you're like, all right, cool, we can do that. And then it would come time, you'd be like, okay, here's what it's gonna cost. And they'd be like, okay, we don't have the budget. And you're like, all right, cool, we don't have to do all that stuff, you know, we'll give them a discount, whatever. And then you get there and you'd see the most elaborate decorations. So I'm glad Piketon gets it. Entertainment first, then decorations, in my opinion. You guys do what you want, but that's my opinion. And speaking of cool stuff, I'm employing the help of my friends over at Josh Staley Productions. K-Show and Kellen are on their way here. They hooked us up with some big old speakers, CO2, uplights, haze, movers. So I get to kind of play rock star. I'll be loading in my Toad booth and about 1 million cameras and gear to make sure I get good content so I can keep doing proms like this or shows like this. So yeah, I have an easy day today. Just gotta wait for them to show up, help them out wherever I can, and talk to you guys. I mentioned earlier that I have a ton of cameras. A lot of that is for me, for myself to review, because I'm playing for a younger audience than I would normally. I wanna make sure that I'm reviewing my set, watching not only in the moment, but also retrospectively what they were reacting to, what they were singing, because I'm DJing, right? So I have an idea of what they're doing. I'm looking up this and that, but if I'm mixing quickly, I'm glancing, okay, cool, they're dancing, they're singing, okay, they're really reacting to this, I'm gonna go here. And I'm not really watching. So if I film, I can see, okay, they were really singing that song, I gotta add that to this crate. Or, okay, this song's really hot. This was an older song that I played, they didn't really know it, so I can kind of remove this from my younger crowd, because these people are gonna be going to clubs in, what, 3 years? I wanna do this for a long time. So that's how you do it for a long time, by watching your sets back and see what people are reacting to, seeing how you played and going on. And it's also for marketing, because there is a massive difference between here's what I can do and here's what I have done. So Piketon took a little bit of a chance on me. Obviously, Frankie Frank put in a great word. They might have seen my content, other things, but I don't have any prom content anymore. It's over 10 years old. It's not, I don't even know where it was. I wasn't doing content like that 10 years ago. So that's why, even if maybe I don't put it on my YouTube, I don't put it on my Instagram, I can, if another prom shows up and said, hey, Piketon said you're the guy, you're the best DJ, whatever, we want to see what you did for them, I can send them a video and say, okay, cool, here's what you can expect, blah, blah, blah. So again, there's a major difference between here's what I can do and here's what I've done. All right, our friends from JSP, Josh Daily Productions, have arrived. Kellen and K-Show, say what's up, guys.
What's up, what's up? What do you do?
Big shout out JSP, these guys do fantastic works, weddings, corporate, all that. So we're gonna get loaded in and we'll see you soon. So as you see, we got the 21-inch subs behind me. This is why I called JSP, because I wanna hear these things and I wanna make sure we got enough bass tonight. And you can see these awesome balloon structures, these palm trees, and we may or may not have disassembled them, but we got them back, so we're good. Setup is coming together. We were just talking about lighting, and Kellen is gonna be using the Sound Switch Control 1 separate from my laptop. He's gonna have his whole show programmed and he's gonna run it separate from me. And he was saying, oh, I'll just hang out in the back here. And I'm like, you gotta be on stage with me because we're gonna be communicating, you know, hey, strobe it here, all blue program, hey, cut it off in 3, 2, 1, boom. And the more communication you have with your light guy, there's a lot of light guys who can do it on their own, but once you understand how lighting works and you become a light designer yourself, like me, you like to have that communication and maybe not too much information, but more information when it comes to lighting is usually helpful, especially when they're not, the beat grids aren't running. He can look at my screen and see, okay, this is coming up next, and it's really like a duo. That's kind of how it is in the club when you have a light guy, especially one that maybe you've worked with for the first time, who doesn't know your routines, doesn't know your music. It's really nice to be able to have some hand signals or be able to communicate with them to just put on a better show. Okay, we got an hour until game time. We're pretty much set up, just have some cleaning up to do, but this is where we get to sound check the speakers. And I'm excited about a lot of things today, but this is up there, so hang tight. And I wanna know, DJs, let me know in the comments what songs you use to sound check. I have a whole playlist, so I have different genres, like, you know, a song from each genre that I play to kind of get an idea for what the speakers sound like. But what's your favorite go-to sound check song? It's officially the end of the night. I am exhausted, got a 90-minute drive home, but big shout out to Frankie Frank for hooking me up with the gig. Big shout out to the administrators for letting me do my thing. One of the vice principals came up and said, the seniors say they're going to grind and we're really not looking for that. So if we ask you to switch up the music, you know, do that, which is normal. But I didn't see him at all after the night. No, you know, I was being respectful, but I definitely played some hip hop, definitely played some grinding music, whatever that is. Big shout out to JSP. The speakers were thumping, everything looked and sounded great. Kellen and K-Show did an amazing job. It was K-Show on the content and Kellen on the lights. And I've been barking orders like I do. Some people can't handle it, but these guys can. So that was really awesome. So yeah, I would do it again. I would like to do like a school one time, because I was able to do all my different little tricks, you know, the lights, the everybody get down, the left, rights, all the big music festival kind of tricks. So coming back, I'm not sure it would be as impactful, but I guess it's new students. So, you know, the juniors would kind of know. And so they're only going to see it twice before they move on. So I would do it again. If the administrators kind of give me a pass to say, hey, we understand that they know the music and there's nothing you can do. All we ask for is clean versions. And are willing to spend a higher percentage of the budget on entertainment versus decorations, I would definitely do more proms. So hit me up if you're looking for this kind of party. DJ AXCESS signing off from Piketon High School. Dope party. Very, very proud of what these students kind of trusted me to do, and they rocked it. They're really awesome. I'd come back.